In the shadowy depths of an underground sanctuary, where courage battles despair, Kofi discovers that survival is only the beginning and the scars of the past hold the key to an unyielding future. As Kofi settles into the underground network, he learns that many of its members carry scars from their past stories of loss, betrayal, and survival. Among them is Abina, a fierce woman who escaped from a plantation. Her spirit is unbreakable, but her eyes reveal a deep sadness. She shares her own tale of how she lost her family during a raid and was forced into slavery.
I thought I would never see them again.
Abina whispers, tears glistening in the dim light.
But I fight for their memory.
Kofi feels a connection with Abina and vows to help her find her family. Together, they begin to plot a mission to rescue others still trapped in the clutches of slavery. As they gather intel about nearby plantations, they discover that Jabari, the traitor from their ship, is now working as a guard at one of them.
We must confront him, he has cost us too much already.
Kofi declares, anger boiling within him. As alliances form and secrets unravel, the quest for freedom takes a perilous turn when a ghost from their past resurfaces, a traitor whose betrayal could destroy everything. Will Kofi and Abina risk it all to confront their shared enemy, or will their fight for justice ignite a storm too powerful to contain? Under the cover of darkness, Kofi and Abina infiltrate the plantation where Jabari now works. The air is thick with tension as they navigate through the shadows, avoiding guards and searching for signs of captives who might still be there. Suddenly, they hear familiar voices, captives, singing a sorrowful song that echoes through the night. It's a haunting melody that speaks of hope amidst despair. Kofi's heart aches as he realizes these are the same songs he heard during his own captivity.
We have to help them.
Abina urges, her eyes filled with determination. As they approach the source of the sound, they come face to face with Jabari in the courtyard. He stands tall and menacing, flanked by guards who are unaware of Kofi's presence.
You think you can escape? You think you can save them? You're nothing but a ghost of your former self.
Jabari sneers, his voice dripping with malice. Tensions ignite as Jabari's words push Kofi to the edge. With guards closing in and no escape in sight, the ultimate choice looms: stand and fight or vanish into the shadows. The stakes have never been higher. With adrenaline surging through his veins, Kofi makes the split-second decision to confront Jabari. A fierce battle erupts in the courtyard as Kofi and Abina fight against Jabari and his guards. The sounds of clashing metal and desperate cries fill the air.
For our freedom. For our families.
Kofi shouts as he engages Jabari in combat. The fight is brutal. Kofi is pushed to his limits as he recalls every moment of suffering endured during his captivity. Just when it seems like victory is within reach, one of the guards knocks him to the ground. In that moment of vulnerability, Kofi sees Abina fighting valiantly, but outnumbered. He musters every ounce of strength and rises to help her. Together, they manage to overpower Jabari and his guards, but not without sustaining injuries. As they free the captives from their shackles and lead them towards safety, Kofi realizes that this battle has only just begun. There are more plantations filled with suffering souls waiting for liberation. After escaping the plantation with rescued captives, Kofi and Abina return to their underground network. The atmosphere is filled with both celebration, sorrow, and joy for those freed, but grief for those left behind. Kofi feels a heavy weight on his heart as he remembers friends lost along the way.
We cannot rest until all are free. We must save them all.
He declares passionately to the group gathered around him. However, news arrives that Jabari has survived their encounter and is rallying other slave catchers to hunt down Kofi and Abina. They become targets not only for their escape, but also for their growing influence among enslaved people seeking freedom. Tension mounts as Kofi realizes that their actions have consequences. They must now prepare for an impending confrontation that could cost them everything. As word spreads about Kofi's resistance efforts, more enslaved individuals begin to join their cause. But with each new ally comes increased danger. Slave catchers are closing in on their hideout. Kofi feels both empowered by the growing movement yet terrified by the looming threat. He holds meetings under candlelight where plans are made to launch a larger-scale rebellion against local plantations.
We will strike at dawn. We will show them our strength.
He rallies his comrades, igniting hope in their hearts. However, not everyone is united. Whispers of doubt circulate among some members who fear retaliation from slave catchers. Tensions rise within their ranks as fear threatens to fracture their alliance just when they need it most. The tension is palpable as dawn paints the horizon, the distant thunder of galloping horses drawing closer. Danger draws as every second counts, and the fear of being discovered is still unknown to them. Or can they outmaneuver the unseen threat? The night is shattered by chaos as slave catchers storm into their hideout, torches illuminating terrified faces. Kofi rallies his comrades for one last stand against overwhelming odds.
We fight not just for ourselves but for all who have suffered. We will not go quietly into the night.
He bellows defiantly. A fierce battle ensues as they defend their sanctuary against armed attackers. The air is filled with shouts of courage mixed with cries of pain, as the price of freedom weighs heavily on everyone involved. In a heart-stopping moment, Abina is captured while trying to protect others from harm.
Kofi, save them. Don't worry about me.
She screams as she's dragged away. Kofi's heart shatters at her words. He must make an impossible choice: to fight for those still standing or risk everything to save Abina from certain doom. With heavy hearts and bruised bodies, Kofi and his allies manage to fend off most attackers, but at great cost. Many have been captured or injured in the fray. As dawn breaks, over the battlefield littered with remnants of struggle, Kofi stands amidst devastation, his spirit shaken yet unbroken. Determined not to let fear win, he gathers those who remain and vows to continue fighting for freedom despite overwhelming odds.
We may be battered but we are not broken. We will surely rise again.
As they regroup and tend to wound both physical and emotional, whispers of hope begin to circulate among survivors. Stories shared around fires ignite determination within each heart present. As the sun dips below the horizon, Kofi's gaze lingers on the distant promise of freedom, a bittersweet vision of hope and struggle, a silent vow that their journey is only beginning. As we reflect on these harrowing episodes filled with sorrow and tragedy, we must ask ourselves, what sacrifices are we willing to make for freedom? How do we honor those who fought bravely against oppression? Join us next time as we delve deeper into this ongoing struggle for justice and explore how these echoes resonate in our lives today. What will you do with this knowledge? Keep this vital narrative alive, because every story deserves to be told, and every voice deserves to be heard. Like, share this story with your loved ones, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, so you don't miss out on the next part of the story. Kindly comment below if any question comes your mind, and thanks for watching. See you in the next part.